So I'm like probably 10, 20 feet away from the cellar.
Audio Jungle.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirty Digs. Me and my wife were just driving around getting permissions, and our first stop, we got a great one. Let me turn you around. So, all this open field. Grass is a little long, but it's still swingable right now, just barely. And then all the way down there, got a huge barn, 1700s portion of the house, and then 1800s addition. And as you can see, the property just keeps going and going up there too. This place is beautiful. But I'm super excited to start. I don't know much about the home other than it used to be part of a bigger compound of homes. And yeah, so we'll see what we can find out here. Hopefully there's some cool stuff. And I'll turn you on when we find the first. All right, so I just got a 50s, like a 51 to 53 tone. I just got this odd little piece right here. Not 100% sure what it would have been. There's like a small little loop up there, like it was attached to a chain or something. Huh. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I don't think I found one like this before. Could just be random old junk, but still curious. Alright, I just got like a low 60s tone. It's good, like 6 inches down, but took a little scraping to figure it out. But we got a weedy. We got Lincoln right there. And you can barely make out the N right there for cent. I would have said 1 right above it. So we got a weedy, so that's pretty cool. There's tones in the front yard at least. Nice. Alright, well this started off as like a really kind of jumpy, trashy signal. Now it's consistently in the 70s, so just wanted to show you the signal before I go in there. Let's see if I can get it all on camera, since I already got it open. Oh, there we go. So it's right there, whatever it is. Let's see what kind of angle I can get. Oh, just a small cent. Sounded bigger than that. And it's going to be another weedy. Yep. Alright, second weedy. There's Lincoln right there. Nice. Alright, just got a low 30s tone. And I pulled up the number 15 on what looks like, I thought it was a button at first, but I'm thinking maybe like a tack or something. I don't know what significance the 15 has. Size 15, I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know, but still a cool little piece. I just got a mid-20s tone, got our first kind of old thing. Little tiny baby thimble. I wouldn't even go over the top of my pinky. It's like a children's one or something. That's cool though. Sure, the homeowner would love to keep that for like a shadow box or something maybe. Yeah, I just got a mid-40s tone. And I got a little surprise. I just got a fish. It's pretty cool. No idea what it was or anything like that, but it's got a hole going through the eye and the tail. I'm guessing maybe something that hung or something like that. Some decorative thing. But that's pretty neat though. Alright, it's got a mid-20s. And got the first button. Can't tell if that's a thing that's on there or if it's just the way it's crusted up. Almost looks like an animal this way. But it's hard to tell. Very cool. Sarah just found something cool.
It was coming in at about 40, 42.
Definitely looks, it's gold colored. We gotta look for a mark on there too. But definitely like a cool brooch or something like that.
Yeah, we'll get it cleaned up.
Would have had a pin on the back maybe.
Yeah.
Very nice. Alright, Sarah just found a coin she doesn't find too often.
Got a
She just
weedy.
got a weedy. So that's 3 Wheaties out of this spot now. Very cool. Alright, I just got an old, like a 30 signal. And I got a old drawer pull. Still kind of hanging in there. Or doorknob, even. It's kind of big. But right now we're working the front of the old barn. So, we'll see what we can find. And then Sarah just found something cool. She got a nice high tone. What did it come in as?
It was coming in between a 48 and 51. It was like pretty choppy.
Yeah.
But then once I got in, then it was more of like a 50.
Nice. And that's on the legend. So 50s. Nice high tone. Very cool. And it was choppy because you got that iron tongue in there too. Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Alright, just got another high 70s tone right there. And we got another weedy. It's got to be silver in here somewhere. Let's see, can we see a date on it? $1944, I believe it says. Cool. Alright, it's got a like 51 to 52 tone. And I don't know if it's broken off or melted off. It almost looks like it melted. But it could have just broken off too. But it's part of a bridal rosette. You can see where the 2 pieces would have been on the back for the leather to go through. But that's pretty neat. I like that. Just make sure. Yeah, it's just iron in there. Iron everywhere. So, the other piece isn't in there. Well, right here, I just closed it up, but I got a low 50 signal. And 1905 Indian head penny. The back looks great. You can see the 1 cent perfectly, the wreath, the shield up in the top. Very nice. Sarah just dug something cool. She got a low 50s tone on my machine. I don't know what it was.
40.
40 on hers. Mm-hmm. And she got one of those old metal combs. No idea what the real age is, but it's pretty cool. It's her first time digging one, so that's all that counts. All right, Sarah just called me over. She's on the Legend. It was jumping between a 48 and a 51. And sorry about the barking. They got a couple dogs in there. But see that rim down there? Go ahead. She's about to take it out. She hasn't touched it yet.
Oh, I think it's a button. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a copper.
All right, let me see. Where is sunlight? Yeah, we got some sort of copper. I'm going to clean it up real quick and then I'll show you guys. Cleaned it up the best I could in the field, and that stuff's on there like cement. And I cannot get enough detail to figure out what it is. But judging by how thin it is, I'm going to say it's probably British. Probably like KG2 or KG3, something along those lines maybe. But either way, first copper from this spot. And we're just kind of behind the corner of the house. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, it's got a mid-60s tone. Right there. And I got a debuckle. Nice, my first one. Sarah's already got one or two, I think. So, that's pretty cool. Nice. Welcome to the Find of the Week, everybody. This week we have Glenn Bourdon and his Civil War era two-piece button with the shield cut out of it. This find is incredibly unique with the shield cut out of it, the way it is. So I had to do some research into why they would have altered the button like that, and this is what I found. I guess after the war, there was an order passed that if you were a veteran and wanted to wear your military jacket as civilian clothing, that the rank insignia and buttons needed to be removed first. Cutting the shield out of the button was a quick and obvious way to deface the buttons enough to comply with the ordinance. Glenn is a great detectorist that I know personally from being in our club Mass Bay Relic Recovery together. Glenn swings the MindLab Manicore with the settings that he borrowed from me shortly after getting the machine. He loves them. He keeps going with them. And after this, we'll show a little bit of those settings. The button rang up as a 30 on the Manicore, which was the same as a bunch of bird bands that he was getting in the area, so he wasn't expecting too much. And when he actually saw the two-piece military button in the hole, he was pretty excited. But it wasn't until he cleaned it off and realized how unique it was due to the shield being cut out, which is the first time I've ever seen it, which I think is just awesome. But congratulations to Glenn. Good job at finding such a cool military relic. Now, after this, I have a short segment highlighting the settings on the Manicore that I use and why I have mine set up that way, and then we'll get back to the rest of the hunt. With right here, I always hunt in multi-frequency whenever possible. There's very few situations with the Manicore where I'd have to change it out of multi-frequency, so I'm mainly in multi-frequency. Enhanced audio theme is what I always go with. I want to know more about the targets and as much as possible. Enhanced simple. Simple is the profile I use. It just kind of simplifies the signals a little bit and just gives you a very strong signal. One region all tones is what I always like. I always train myself to use all tones with any machine that I have. It just allows me to learn as much from the target as I can And even though it's a pain to learn a brand new machine with all the tones, it's worth it in the long run versus starting off with a few tones and moving your way up. And this is basically just the stock settings that it's showing here. I didn't change those that much. All right, here, this is a preference thing, but I keep my ferrous volume right around 6. I want to be able to hear all the iron, but I don't want it to like overload me and confuse my brain. Very quickly after I got used to the machine, I started setting up my own ferrous limits. And you'll see here that the top I always change based off of where I'm at, and what I need to change is what iron is falsing and stuff like that. But the bottom I eliminate completely, because depending on some low mid-tones, they could fall into that lower range, and then iron being around them will drag them down, which I've noticed masked a few targets, so I just get rid of that altogether. I always hunt in all metal, in pretty much any scenario. I use my ears as my discrimination, and I just hunt in all metal. The horseshoe's turned off most of the time, and that's just how I've always trained myself to do it. I usually start right around a 5 or a 6. In a lot of the areas I hunt, it's cellar holes and old home sites with tons of iron. So I usually start at a 5, bump it up to 6, and 6 is usually good enough. Every once in a great while, there's tons of iron, and I got to move it up to 7, but not too often. The ground balance is going to change every single place you are. I just make sure that I always ground balance, but I start at 0 to begin with. Again, same with noise cancel. If you have EMI, just do the noise cancel and see where you end up. And with a lot of the testing I did early on when I had it, all-terrain, low conductors did the best for me when it came to separating and being able to find those targets that were hiding underneath like a lot of close iron and stuff like that. So I've always done low conductors. A lot of what I find is buttons anyway, so it worked out well. And it's still, as you can all see, I find coppers all the time and silver and stuff like that, so it doesn't hinder that whatsoever. Hey guys, welcome back to Dirty Digs. Me and my wife, we are out doing some cellars today. We had to do a couple things and had some extra time, so decided to go check out some cellars that we haven't checked out. And we got here 2 minutes ago. There's a cellar right in there. And let me show you the signal that I just got. So I'm like probably 10, 20 feet away from the cellar. $92 to $94. So I just opened it up, it got stronger. So once I get down there, I will turn it back on. All right, well, it didn't take long. It was sitting right there underneath the dirt. But see that rim? I'm not sure what it's going to be, but let's find out.
Is it silver?
1943.
Woo-hoo!
Washington quarter. Very cool. Couple 100 years newer than what I was hoping for, but or at least 100.
But we've also only been here for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully this isn't the 5-minute curse where I find something good in the first couple minutes and nothing for the rest of the time. We'll see. I'll let you know what else we find. Well, I can't make this stuff up. So right over there, I think it was like right there, is where I got that quarter. And I just walked a few feet. Right here, I got a really shallow 50 signal. Like high 40s, low 50. And literally with my hands, I just kind of pulled up this little bit of dirt here. Take a look at this. We got a fatty Indian. So that means it is 1959 to 1964. I mean, 1859 to 1864, sorry. So that's pretty awesome. You don't find the fatties too often. And we call them that just because this is like basically twice as thick as all the Indian head scents that came after it. I'm going to clean it up and see if we can get an exact date off it. All right. I believe I'm seeing an 1862. The back came out great. You can see the wreath, 1 cent, the shield up top. Very nice. That is awesome. Well, 2 things in 5 minutes. Not bad. Well, I haven't even moved yet. I just scanned over it again like I always do. And just underneath it, but another 2 inches down, there was a 4-hole button. That's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, it used to have an iron back, it looks like. Something like that. All right, Miss Dirty Diggs is about 20 feet behind me, and she just yelled out she's got something cool.
Right.
What did it come up as?
It was ringing in at a 44.
44 on the legend. Definitely a copper. All right, I'm going to clean this up and I'll turn you back on. All right, it's in like good but bad shape. You can definitely tell what it is. Here's the back. You can see where it says 1 cent. See the wreath going around. Then when you flip it over, this is the part that's kind of rough. But you can definitely tell it is a matron large cent, which is before the braided hair and after the drape bust. So, you can make it a 3 on the bottom there. 23 maybe? 1823 would be a matron, so that's probably most likely what I'm seeing right there. 1823, very cool. Nice, at least we're in largy territory now. Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, well, believe it or not, inside of all of that mess, you can't even see through it, let alone even try to swing anywhere near it. Under all that is where the cellar is somewhere. But I'm right outside of it now. I just got a really jumpy, like, surface signal that was in the mid 70s. And get a wheat scent. So it's within silver range, and we already got the silver, so we know there's stuff out here. So hopefully there's more. It's got a nice loud 60s tone. And got the ever elusive fork. I always find the spoons and knives. Very rarely find the fork though. That's pretty cool. Nice. I have another signal right over here somewhere. So let me see if I can get that. I didn't even look to see what it was. I just heard it. All right, never mind. All right, well, I just got that fork right there. I did find that other signal again. It was a mid 50s. We got an Indian head penny. This stuff's all like rough and crusty, so it's not going to brush off either. $18.98, I believe. And they went to 1908 or 1909, so not bad. Very cool. All right, Sarah and I are walking out of the woods. We're gonna go find something to drink and maybe look for another one. But she found that on the way out. Nice old padlock. Yeah, thing's pretty crudded up, but it's still cool to find these. I hardly ever find these stupid things. Everybody else who's with me always finds them.
I was hoping to find the treasure chest.
All right, it's getting late in the day. Me and Sarah at our second cellar, and I've been here for about 5 minutes. It's pretty trashy. A lot of just scrap metal everywhere. But I just got a mid-60s tone. And this popped up. Definitely an old wedding band. It's probably copper or brass, something like that. That's always cool when you find that. I mean, to put it into perspective, I mean, this site is, I believe, goes back to the mid 1800s, and this hasn't been on somebody's finger since around then. So it's pretty awesome. I just got a weird one right here. It was like a mid 40s tone. I was about to toss it in the bag, and then I saw the numbers on there. It's got a 5 and a 16. And then on this side, there's nothing. Not sure what that would represent, but yeah, just figured it was worth showing. Just a little oddity. All right, it's got a mid 50s tone, and it's not super old, but early suspender clip. That's where I clip onto the pants right there. It's pretty cool. Nice. All right, across from the cellar, right next to where we parked, got a mid 40s. Got a little bit of pattern around the edge, but nice 1700s flat button. Shank's there, but it's folded over. Very nice.